Grace in the chaos, calm in the storm. Life in pieces, still hope is reborn. Staying sane while breaking chains. Healing the hurt, dancing through flames. When you're feeling at a loss, remind yourself. Find grace in the chaos. Welcome back to Grace and Chaos. I'm your host, Alexis Leggett, and today's episode is a powerful one. We're hearing a man's perspective on healing, relationships, and choosing growth over dysfunction. In a world where women's voices in healing spaces are often centered, rightfully so, it's also essential to make room for men to share their experiences, their truths, and their process. Today, we're doing exactly that. Our guest is my brother, Azace, known as Azace. You can find his music on all streaming platforms. He's a wonderful artist, friend, and goddad to my babies. And today we'll be covering topics on healing and how men's voices deeply matters in spaces like these. So, my first question to you will be, first of all, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great.
Okay. So, my first question to you is, how did your childhood reflect on how you viewed relationships?
I feel like I got most of that from my parents. Cause like if you think about it, like when you a child, like all you do is like look at people, and you visualize people, and you don't really get the grasp of it until like you get older. But like once you start getting older, and a lot of that stuff starts making sense. I tell my wife now that the way I act is off of what my parents' marriage was. Because I seen love and I seen them out of love. But by the grace of God, 30 years later, they still together. So I've seen both sides, and it plays a major part in like your childhood. Cause like me and her done been in arguments before, and like the mommy issues done came up. And sometimes you got to sit back and like, yeah, it's painful when you're arguing, but like sit back and think about it. Yeah, I do got some mommy issues. Yeah. My mama do have like a hold on like some type of how I view women. You know, my daddy do have some type of outlook on how I view of what a man should be.
Okay, but when it comes down to you saying your mama kind of have ways on how you view women, but that can be healthy too, because you got some people that's the opposite for them.
Yeah.
Because of the relationship they have with their mama, they can't respect women, and that's one thing that I know from knowing you personally is I know you love the hell out your mama. So I know that any woman, including myself, that's in your space, you protect them and you value them. So I can get that. I see that. And for me, myself, being raised with my grandparents, and they were married for over 50 years, I saw a lot on how a man should treat a woman by how my granddad treated my grandma. He never argued with her. They would get into it, and he would just like let her go on until she got tired and carry on. And so I'm not saying that was, healthy, but it's just like, he was letting her be a woman, be,
But
with herself.
I often wonder, like, with your grandpops, like, what was he thinking in those moments? Like, did he have any feelings in those moments? Did he want to voice his feelings, or was he one of those men that just didn't care? He kind of, cause like me, and see that's my ideology on a lot of things, like what a man's supposed to be. Just like your grandfather sat there and allow her to get it all out. Me, I'm gonna let you get it out. But I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Like, it's not, and they call it sassy now, but like no, because
you have a voice.
Feelings are valid,
right?
But they're not the truth. Your feelings are always valid, and I could validate them. I could understand. I can empathize on how you see it in your perspective, But at the end of the day, like, that don't make the whole truth. It makes your truth. And your truth is not a lie, but it ain't the truth. It ain't the whole truth, because there's always components and things that goes into, like, the story of what happened within the matter. I don't care if we're fussing about washing dishes. If you come in and you mad at me because I didn't wash the dishes, but you didn't, from your perspective, I didn't wash the dishes, but you didn't see me out there cutting the grass. You didn't see me out here washing the car. You didn't see me folding the clothes. So, like, you're focused on, which is your truth, your feelings, it doesn't matter, is I didn't wash the dishes.
You focusing on one thing that I didn't do when I created value to everything. You didn't have to go out and do the yard work or fold up clothes and other things, other factors. I get it.
So I would always say, like, yeah, your feelings are always valid, but it's not true. So, like, I'm not sassy for talking bad.
It's not even talking bad. It's just I'm engaging. You bringing it to it, and now that you think about it, you just open up, like, questions in my mind. Because it's just like, because my granddad's favorite saying was, a fool can't argue about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, he could have just been like, I don't care. Like, you'll be cool. But it never got disrespectful. It never, you know what I'm saying? He just, like, you gonna be you. Yeah. I'm not finna argue with you. You gonna be you. I can't change your mind. You know what I'm saying? So I get that.
It's like the story with the tiger and the donkey and the Lion King. Tiger.
I don't think I know that.
the donkey was telling the tiger a story. And the tiger kept telling the donkey that's a lie. So he kept going back and forth, arguing with the donkey. They ended up saying, well, let's settle this. Let's go to the Lion King. They went to the Lion King. The Lion King punished the tiger and let the donkey go. And the tiger asked the lion, like, why did you punish me? And you know that the donkey was telling lies. And the lion said, you are a tiger. He's a jackass. You don't argue with jackasses. And you knew that before the argument started. So this is a punishment on you.
Yeah, so because you entertained it.
You entertained it. So like, yeah. I like that saying that your granddaddy.
Yeah. So, okay, my next question for you is,
okay,
were there any turning points that made you start taking your healing seriously? And if so, what's one thing that prompted you to, like, just start taking healing seriously, like, as a man? Because some men feel like they don't want to do the work. Like, they don't want to talk to the therapist. They don't want to go to the church about it. They don't want to go to their friends about it and, like, weigh them down. Like, they want to just take everything on. But, like, what turning point for you was like, okay, no, I just need to heal. Like, I want to be my version of myself. Like,
before I answer that question, I'm going to break it down for you. How you said, like, they take on a lot. Okay, what kind of man are you? See, I could take on a lot, but I'm going to compartmentalize a lot of that stuff, because a lot of it just clutter, and it just need to get organized inside your mind. So, like, when you say they take on a lot, yeah, okay, I could take on a lot, but if I know what's what and I know the truth, I'm not about to, feel like I need a therapist. I don't feel like I need to go to the church, because I already got the answers. If I'm going there, that means there's a question that has an answer, or there's a question that I have that myself I can't answer. But if I already know the answer to all the questions, then I don't need.
You just gotta sit down and organize on how you can find the answer.
How I can find the answer.
Gotcha.
And to answer the question, like,
that's good.
Shit, you my sister, so you already know what the fuck going on.
Yeah. But the people don't know. The people don't know. We want to know.
That relationship with Zaria, like, kind of opened my eyes, like, to a lot of shit. So, like,
Zaria, if you're listening, Big
ups to Zaria.
Big
ups to Zaria. But, like, that relationship really taught me, like, I gotta love myself. Because you can lose yourself in somebody, and you lose your identity and trying to please somebody. And I just was telling my therapist. I'm not trying to make her say that she's a bad person.
Right.
Yeah.
I was telling my therapist, like, sometimes you can be so wound up in loving somebody, you can just dissolve. And from my personal experience, and I feel like I dissolved my whole identity into my whole identity became trying to love him versus myself on what I was going and where I was getting at in life. It became like, well, where you want to go? And my whole identity became around making sure he stayed within his identity.
But honestly, like you're what you did was like on some biblical woman type shit.
Yeah.
Like you push your man purpose, which like that's what you're supposed to do. Like I ain't gonna say as a woman because I don't like the term as a man. We're gonna get to that too, but like it don't serve no purpose for you. I mean, if his purpose shouldn't be your purpose, but your purpose should push his purpose.
Right.
You know, you got
and
your
find an alignment in the middle,
just
in the middle. But I feel like, like you said, like the healing journey, like started, like even now, I'm healing with even doing this podcast because I finally want to, like, get other people's perspective and let people know, because there's a lot of people that don't do the work, that don't, like, that had those relationships where it could have left them wanting to do better, and it didn't. Okay. They just, moved on, like hopeless romantic type of shit.
So let me ask you, do you think you need therapy? Do you absolutely, do you absolutely feel like you need therapy?
I feel like I do.
Okay.
I feel like I do, at least at this moment in my life. I love my therapist. Big ups to Gwen. I love you, Gwen.
Big ups to Gwen.
I love you, Gwen. I feel like I need my therapist. And I feel like I need my therapist because it's like, in my personal situation, I got lost to the point where it was like, I started like, how did my stuff, like, this goes back to you saying you can know your answer if you sit down and organize it and figure it out. I organized it. I figured it out. I had people around me figuring it out for me and telling me. But after suppressing it for so long and then going and trying again, it's like, okay, bitch, you need somebody like that don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's easy because like, you don't want to bias, opinion too.
I'm not about to give you no bias opinion.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, you don't want a biased opinion because, your people's going to love you and they're going to tell you, what's best for you. But this is a stranger that don't know me, that don't know, that can better dissect the situation, can better, explain why. Because I can give my therapist my thoughts. Well, I thought this. And sometimes it's been plenty of times me and my therapist agreed on the same points on where I should have left and where I should have been started healing at and what I could have did and not be triggered as much and this and that. And it's like, oh shit, that's the part that I miss when I organized. That's the part, So yeah. But yeah. Shout out to Zari. Because my brother's healed and whole. Yeah.
He'll hold him married.
Hey, that's T.
But that relationship taught me a lot about like, so I started like dealing with chakras a little bit more, centering myself, a lot of meditation, and
shout out to Naruto and the Lee Village too.
Yeah, shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of them. But yeah, I started just exercising more, getting out, making more music, channeling a lot of that energy.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it too. Like just finding me again. Because once you find that identity, it's like, oh yeah. I missed you. I got a hold of you now.
I remember you.
Yeah. And I like you. Come back. Welcome back.
Let me holler at you. Like, come on, let's write a poem together.
Yo, for real. Come on in here, sit down. So my next question for you would be, what are some misconceptions you think people have about how men process pain or their trauma?
Okay. So like, me and you did chop this up a little bit before the podcast.
Right.
I don't feel, and okay, you said men. So so I can actually leave myself out of it because like when you ask,
men in general, because we want y'all to have a voice too.
When you say men in general, I don't feel like I'm the general man. Like, cause like the way I think is, I don't feel like, because I understand like the stereotypes that they have around men and all that. But like, I don't feel like I fit inside that category at times because some niggas do be wilding. I mean, you have these conversations all the time. Like, I be seeing like you niggas. I be hearing you. hey, you niggas be making us look bad out here. Like, I swear to God, yo. Like, I got a lot of female friends. I want y'all niggas to understand. I got a lot of female friends, plutonic female friends. I'm trying to fuck my friends, you fuck niggas. Like, y'all be on playing y'all be doing that little nasty ass backdoor type shit, man. Now, I be listening to these women, like, they be telling me about y'all, like.
And it's real, and that's the type of person that I am. I want to hear my men around me speak. Like, speak. Let me know.
And you can't speak if they trying to speak with their dick. Like, they can't speak. They can't really tell you how they feel because they trying to fuck. Like, and excuse my language, but like, yeah, that's all they thinking of is that part of. There's so much, like, having a female friend could teach you so much.
Sometimes we can get a cheat code. We can tell you exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even some conversations I talk with Koi. I'm sorry, your name is Alexis for this podcast.
I'm Quay too. They know that, you know.
The conversation I have with her is like, I can't even talk to my dogs about, like, because I feel certain type of way. So if you want to talk about that, like me and my boys talk about certain shit, but like it's kind of, it got to be like on a manly type situation, like on a sentimental type situation, like me talking about my love, and like that's a different vulnerability. Not saying that we don't get vulnerable around each other. Like, as a man, there is a certain vulnerability that you get, especially when them pockets get low. Like, you start speaking that with your boys, but like, I feel like there is like a misconception on like some men, because the men that be in y'all DMs, it's the men that y'all see. Y'all don't see the men that's not in y'all DM.
Right, because I'm looking for the men that's out here healing, doing therapy. Because if you doing what I'm doing, we can meet in the middle. We can align together perfectly because you're doing the work.
Now, some of them ain't even healing. Some are already healed. Some of them already out here just doing what they do, doing what they love. Yeah. And get off these guys that just play games, man. They ain't in the streets. They ain't causing no trouble. They ain't in nobody DMs. Like that's they outlet in life. Like, that's a moment in time.
I feel like men should have outlets. Like, I don't give a damn if your outlet is building birdhouses. Baby, go build a birdhouse.
And I love that he's doing it.
And baby, and then I could just, cause see, if I know my man like to build birdhouses, baby, Home Depot do free workshops on Saturdays. I'm gonna go in there and try to learn how to build. I'm gonna try to learn how to build birdhouses too, so I can at least see.
Even if you don't learn how to build birdhouses, go buy the parts for them.
Right. Like, show them ideas or something.
Honestly, women do be wanting all this from a man. Like, okay,
we gotta give to our men, ladies.
Can we get a little bit deeper? I talked this with my wife, and I don't feel ashamed of coming. She know I'm coming on the podcast. But I talked about this with my wife. I told her one time, like, women be wanting safe spaces, but don't know how to create one for their partner. Right. So how can you ask for something that you effectively do not know how to give? So you don't know what a safe space is. Then how you expecting me to know what a safe space is? Right.
Okay. And with that, with that. Okay. For me, okay. From my perspective, on just what you said, I didn't know what a safe space was, and I didn't know what a safe space was or how to ask for one, but I created one for my man, and it's just like sometimes I didn't get that in return, but it's just like putting men in that stereotype, knowing that it's hard for y'all to come out and be vulnerable. It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to give you this and let you know where you can come find me at. Like, you can come find me here. We can meet in the middle. We can talk about it. We can pray about it, or whatever the case may be. But this is where you can find me at. Like, I'm here. I created this space for you. Like, and without asking for anything in returon.
Exactly.
Without asking for anything in return. Because ladies, we do that. We do that. We do that. We do that.
There shouldn't be no barter system in a relationship.
Right.
Some women want friendship from their man, and
you can't do that.
And they low key be jealous of how they bond with their male friends, but they don't realize, like, romance literally takes that key component away, because a relationship is a relationship. Right. But only difference between your relationship and the relationship that he has with his male counterpart is there's no romance in there. So he's free to to speak on certain things. Like, I can get around my partners, I can talk about a woman. I can't talk about no woman around my old lady.
Right.
I can't say certain things around my old lady where her feelings.
It's very censored. You have to be very censored.
You got to be very censored, and you can't really get down.
Right.
And I don't want to hear her talking about no other man. You feel me? So
right.
like, it's a two-way street. Like, so don't get it twisted. That I'm saying like the woman can't be best friends. I mean, can't probably be best friend with his woman because of that romantic stance that y'all in, that that situation that y'all in. So. I feel like the misconceptions of a man and how he processes trauma. I think some women, I'm gonna keep using the word some, so I don't get canceled. Follow me on all streaming platforms. Some women just don't understand. Like, you gotta listen to your man. It's like how everything that you want, you gotta give. Everything that you want, you got to practice what you preach. Everything that you're trying to put out there, I want a man to be kind, you got to be kind.
That's where I'm at right now. I had to realize, this is what I told myself. You got a list, because see, I'm being very intentional this time. Yeah. I got a list of what I want my husband to be, and I ain't shit on that list. So what I told myself, in order for me to get this man, I at least got to be something on this list.
Some of it.
So
you got to be perfect because ain't no perfect person out
right. There. But that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing the work. So when my man comes, the work is already done. That opposite attract bullshit, hell no. I want to be on the same type of timing as my man. We need to be healed together. We need to be working towards a goal together.
Where the opposite attract comes from.
Yeah, I get that.
Thing. It's not a character thing.
Right, and some people get that mixed up.
Your character should align. Your personality do not have to align.
Right.
My old lady is a Leo. I'm an Aquarius. I'm very quiet, calculated. She's very outgoing. She has her reserved moments, but I'm more reserved than her. Period. Like, you could tell the difference. I don't talk too much. She likes to talk. She could go on for days talking. I mean, that's most women, but like like I said, she's a Leo. So like, she's very outgoing. She's very passionate. She got a lot of pride. So like, yeah, the personalities is very different, but our character is on point.
Right.
We align with each other.
And that's what matters. That's what matters. Yeah. I think I cut you off. What was the biggest misconception? My bad.
I think the biggest misconception is like men just don't have feelings. Men definitely have feelings.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Men definitely feel.
For sure.
Because they get quiet. Like, that quiet is a feeling. You done knock somebody inside themselves.
Right.
Like, some men implode before they explode.
And I think, and I have to tell my sister this about my nephew as a growing boy. Like, she's like, oh, he need to be tough. I'm like, nah, he don't gotta be. I feel like people push that tough narrative so young, and I hate that, because it's like, he don't gotta be. He can, if he upset right now that somebody took a toy away from him, let him cry. Let him get his emotions out, because he has feelings. As a boy, he has feelings, and as a man, he's going to have feelings. He needs to make sure that people around him are validating his feelings. Because some men their feelings don't get validated.
Yeah, so. And if you push some, okay, I'm glad you said that. And I love you, sis. I love you, sis. But little sis gotta understand, like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You gonna turn that boy into something that you can't control. Yeah, he got feelings. Yeah, he got to be tough. Yeah, he got to stand up for himself. But to honestly, like, that's not effective to a growing young boy.
That's my whole point. Because I want him to know that he can have his safe space.
He can have a safe space. He can have a safe soul. He can be able to talk. But you're gonna ruin that boy, because women got a power. And I think some women misuse that power. They could put a battery in a man back. A man could go for days, weeks, months, years if a woman say he's great. But if a woman say he's less than, that shit is gonna affect him in a manner and in a way that's irreversible.
And I've been on that. I've been on that side of. I've been on both sides of the fences. I've been that encouraging partner. And then I've been that person who's just like, all right, cool, big. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? I've been on both sides of the fences. Now, granted,
I know.
I'm taking accountability.
Right.
I have to take accountability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong in those situations because I do know that a man could go. But it's just like...
But sometimes that one... I know your character is... Sometimes some probably won't warrant it. I know...
Right.
If you don't bother nobody.
Right.
And we putting this on West. Quay don't bother nobody. Quay stay out the way.
For sure.
She is a firecracker, but... You had to light the fucking fuse for her to be a firecracker.
You had to do that.
She's an unpopped firecracker. Yeah. You gotta literally light the fuse for her to get up on your ass. And like I said, excuse my language, but literally, you literally have to do something to her in order for her to react. She's very reactive. No, let me stop mislabeling you. She's not very reactive. She will react. What is that Newton's law? Every action has a reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
So, depending on your action, it's dependent on her reaction. So, don't get it confused. I can't allow you to say that about yourself. I'm proud you took your accountability.
Yeah, I wanted to take accountability because,
some things can be provoked.
Yeah.
You can't provoke a person to be a character that's in them. Like, everybody, I feel like everybody's built the same way. It's just what you use the most.
Yeah.
So... I think at the end of the day, we shouldn't push little boys to just be tough.
Yeah, definitely not.
We should sit back and watch little boys grow up to be little boys and then be young men and then be young adults and then be a man. Because at the end of the day, we need a strong foundation. Like this hood mentality that we as black folks have. Like, I like anime, man. You know how many years I used to hide liking anime? And then all of a sudden it started being cool? I was pissed. I was pissed when I found that shit out.
Well, shout out to you because, I definitely love anime.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Have you had to unlearn anything that you were taught about manhood or relationships? And if so, what did that look like?
We touched on this before, too.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I had to unlearn anything because everything that learning something and retaining something is two different things.
True.
Yeah, I learned a lot of shit, but I don't retain certain things because it don't match my character and it don't match me. Let's put the leadership thing in we could go biblical if you want to. Like, the man is the head of the household. What he says goes. The woman leads. The woman follows as wherever he leads to. I don't do that. I don't do that in my relationships. Like, any relationship. Even though I'm married now, like, she could tell you, like, I don't lead her in that way. I let her be. And I sit back and I see who she is. And I could best help guide her. And that's how I lead. I lead from behind. I'm not a in front leader. I feel like I could protect you more from behind. So just how I was just about to give that little analogy, like I could guide her, because the only way you can guide somebody is from behind or from beside. That's how you guide people. You don't guide people by you leading them if you're in front.
Right.
You guiding them when you're behind them. So I see what she like to do and I see where she wanna go. Even if it's a bad mistake, I guide her to the right answer, or I guide her away from things that I know is gonna harm her. Like, it's not like I put my foot down. My wife travels. I would never say, no, you can't go out there because I'm not there to protect you. No. I'm
gonna trust that she retained the information, safety tips,
facts,
and everything you talk. Okay,
facts.
Got it.
And that too. She I done gave her pepper spray. I done gave her brass knuckles. Like, I'm about to go get her a gun, but I'm teaching her all about how to get that through the airport. I had to learn that shit because I don't like to travel like that, but she does. So, like, that's her thing. So I let her keep on doing her thing. So I'm learning all that stuff. I'm learning liaisons that you could meet out there wherever you go to. I'm learning about the U.S. Embassy. If you get in trouble, how to contact them. So, like, I'm leading in a different standpoint than just being in the front and telling you what you can and cannot do. Now, I do have my days where I got to put my goddamn foot down, but, like, that's just here, that's not here nor there, but, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't feel like I got to be a brute leader. I think some people got the misconception of you got to be a dictator to be a man.
Right.
And I don't do that, so I don't have nothing to unlearn.
So you just feel like, do you feel like, okay, you don't have anything to unlearn? Do you feel like things have added on?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I'm a domesticated nigga now. Like, that's wild. No, you can
for
say
real.
that. Like I'm normal. Like, you know me. Like I'm at a show. I'm at a
event, and I love that, because I could call even today. It's like, okay, well, I'm laying down some mulch. Like,
I'm laying down mulch like I don't know what.
I was like, it's like, I was working on my sprinkler system. I was like, okay. It's like, my brother is out here making sure he has the prettiest yard in the suburbs. He's making sure.
I'm out the hood. He's assuring. Guys. I'm out the hood, and I'm not going bad. Can't go bad. I done touched piece of heaven.
Once you lay down the mulch, it's no going back.
Man, look, we thought they ain't gonna have a bad. Having white neighbors would be bad. Nah, man, white people don't went out their way for me this week. You feel me? White people don't make sure my sprinkler system was good. They went to the store and got the fuse for me. Like, what nigga do you know? They'll probably look at, well, I think it's your alternator.
Yeah. Because I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. What are you talking about? A sprinkler system?
Sprinkler system.
You ain't got no holes right there?
Man, look, I'm telling you, so, like, it's a blessing just to come from where I'm at now, and, like, where I was from, so where I'm at, because we literally where I'm at now.
Yeah.
But it's basically come from here to being where I'm at now. And
absolutely.
And I'm proud of how you came from where you at and where you at now. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like,
it's been a journey. It's been a journey.
It's a journey.
It's been a journey.
It's a privilege to, like, actually, like, go through that. So, yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna be changing that. And I feel like I have added on, growing and getting things down pat, learning about these trust funds, these IULs, doing stuff that gives generational wealth.
See, you've been dropping tea. You've been dropping gems. Because this is, you've been dropping tea. You definitely been dropping gems. So, just had some add-ons, and that's good. That's good. So, when it comes to dating and connection, how do you now approach? Well, no, not when it comes to dating. Previously, in the dating world,
Great shit, you about to get.
Previously, when it came.
And she's gonna listen.
Not when it comes. When it came to dating, in connection, how did you approach choosing better over settling or repeating cycles? Well, this is perfect because you got yourself right after the Zari situation. Now look at you. You married.
Yeah.
So how did that go about? So what was your approach on tackling that and not repeating those same cycles that from your past relationship?
I think I could, like, give her some of the credit, give Zari some of the credit on choosing a better partner for yourself. I think it really comes with, like, knowing what you want. Mm-hmm. You got to know what you want. But other than knowing what you want, knowing what you really need.
And deserve.
And what you need and what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't feel like it's what you deserve more than what you need, because your needs will get you what you deserve once you get it. Because what I needed was discipline. And she came into my life and literally made me want to do better for myself. Because I'm not a bad man. I'm not a lazy man. But, like, sometimes I do need that kick in my ass to be like, you go out there and get it. Mm-hmm. And that's when she came along, that's literally what she did. She made me go out there and get it. And really, that right there alone was the biggest turn on that I had for her. Like, she was dedicated to her field. Ex-military, registered nurse, still in school, got her master's. When I was talking to her, she was on the process of getting her master's. September.
Yes.
Big shout out to wifey. September.
Yes.
She's gonna be Dr. Alford.
Yeah. We love that. We
Dr.
love
Alford.
that.
Want to get her doctorate.
We love that.
Want to get her doctorate. So like that motivate me. If she's doing this shit, if my counterpart is doing this, I gotta be doing something spectacular in my field too. So like I can't be on the sideline like a cheerleader.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a cheer for my wife, but at the same time, like we're gonna be cheering for each other.
Yeah.
Cause like I'll be damned. I got a pride of ego too, so I can't just let you be out here. They ain't gonna shine like that, and I ain't shining with you. We both got to glisten. So yeah, I feel like that taught me a lot.
Yeah.
That really taught me a lot about like
you didn't oversettle at all.
No.
You didn't oversettle at all. You
I found what I
you
needed.
jumped across the moon. Yes, you really got a winner. Yes, we love that.
I feel like with people that's dating, this is the only advice I can give with people that's dating. When people say date with attention, okay, what are your intentions? And don't give me this.
And make sure you have them.
And yeah. Make sure you have them, but don't give me this BS that I want a husband or I want a wife. Like, okay, you got that. You got that. You can want that all you want.
But what can you bring to it too?
What can you add to the husband and the wife? What? Because you got to understand your idea and your fantasy of what a husband and wife like. Right now, whoever's listening right now, I want y'all to close your eyes. I want y'all to visualize a husband or a wife. Okay. And when you open your eyes, you're gonna realize that husband and wife is not going to be what you get, most likely, because you're coming with a whole different human being. There's 8 billion people on this earth. Yeah, you might come close to it, but it's not going to be as perfect as you envision in your head. And I want you to get over that. Once you get over that, you can see past a whole lot of things, because in marriage, there's one thing I've learned in marriage. There's things that is going to irritate you. You're going to look over that first. But then that shit gonna irritate you to your motherfucking core. Excuse my language, I keep saying that, but it's just so much passion. It's gonna irritate you to your core.
They know how we get down.
And it's
we give grace. We give grace over here.
Perfect analogy, like grace in the chaos. Like there's a lot of grace in the chaos in marriage. There's a lot of grace in chaos in marriage, because the things that you argue about will be so small. But sometimes you just got to give grace to that person.
Right.
Love your wife like Jesus loved the church. Love your husband like Jesus loved the church. And you will get over that so quickly, because you will understand, like, the Bible say we only here for 3 scores. And 3 scores is like 70 some odd years. And look at your age now and think about all the memories that you had previous. And I think about the time that you got in front of you. And think about all the memories that you haven't had yet. You're going to lose out on all the memories that you haven't had yet, stuck on the argument. Or stuck on, I want 6 feet, like a 6 feet nigga.
Yeah.
Like, no. Love a person for who they are, what they come with, because that's what's going to add to you the most. And don't take it as like you're settling. You're never settling. You settling down, but you're never settling for a person that you love. And if you love them 10 toes down, 10 fingers up, and you fight for them. Just as much you fight for any other bullshit you see on social media.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my little standpoint. That's my little advice for the people out there.
Okay. And what would you say to other men who feel stuck, misunderstood, or unsure of how to heal?
Excuse my language. Leave that bitch, bro. Leave that. If somebody don't value you, I'm not talking to them. I'm not talking to them niggas that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
If you know that you're an upstanding guy, you an honest guy, you a guy that goes out there every day. You work. You hold it down a 9 to 5. You're not slanging. You're not scamming. You're not robbing. You're not hustling. Like, you a upstanding guy, and you know that you are a man, and that woman is not trying to understand your program, where you at, not trying to listen to you. leave her. There's so many great women out there. I'm talking to one right now. So you guys are out there. She is very single, so much single. Single as a dollar bill.
Let her know.
You could always find a great woman out there, and they're not in the clubs. They're not in the places that you think that the women are. They're not outside. Some of them inside.
Yeah.
Some of them go to the grocery store, nigga. Let me talk real shit to you.
Find me at your local museum too.
Go to a museum. go to a botanical garden, nigga.
Yeah.
Like go to a place that you feel like that. Like don't go to these things. Don't go to these bars. Don't go to
Because if you don't want a woman that's in the bar, don't go to the bar.
Don't go to the bar. If you got that insecurity about a woman going to the bar or going out clubbing, don't go there. I don't care how good she look. Don't think with your PP. Like, hey, stand 10 toes down in your decision on picking out a perfect mate. Like, go to these places. Go to a library, dog.
Word.
Like, go
Word.
to places.
Heavy on to go to a library.
You want a smart woman? Go to a library, dog. Go to dang on Starbucks. No.
Barnes and Nobles.
Go to Barnes and Noble. I was gonna say Starbucks, but you got some stuck-up hoes up in there. Like, no, don't go to Starbucks, dog. Stay away from Starbucks. Stay away from Dunkin' Donuts. They got all stereotypes of they too. But like, yeah, definitely like go to a place where you feel like you won't find a typical woman there. When I say a typical woman, you know what I mean. And I'm talking to the men, I'm not talking to the women. You can feel how y'all feel on the back end. And I tell y'all, if y'all mad at me, suck a dildo to a nut. Excuse my language one more time. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. So with that, you feel like if they go out to these places, like they can feel unstuck or not misunderstood. Like what's your advice for them to like just heal though? Before they go out and look for these wonderful ladies.
First, you got to understand yourself. You got to understand yourself and understand your surroundings. Because if you don't understand yourself, then you won't understand your surroundings.
Right.
So it starts with you. It starts within and it festers outward. So if you're a guy that likes comic books, go to Comic-Con. You'll find your wife.
And I've been having a strange urge to go to Comic-Cons. I don't know why, but I've been having a strange urge.
I want to go to L.A. to go to the beach.
Yes. Okay.
L.A. or Texas. Texas got a big one over there, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But you know I'm a West
You know
Coast
they be having Comic-Cons at the Civic Center.
Oh.
Yeah, they be having Comic-Cons at the Civic Center. I'm pretty sure.
Shout out to Florence.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Charlotte they got Comic-Con. I just got to look it up, too. I don't care. I'm gonna just go, like, normal. So I get a little feel of it. Then I probably pop out with a costume. But like,
right. Yeah. I want to go full-fledged costume.
Yeah, I want to go full-fledged, but let me put my toe in
I don't know
first,
who want to be.
See the weather, you know? Because it's so many. It's so
right,
many to be.
Right.
And they got a lot of black anime. Because I think you should be Canary.
Okay,
I think you should be Canary off of Hunter x Hunter.
Okay,
yeah.
I gotta go check that out. Okay, so yeah, this conversation reminds us that healing isn't exclusive to women. Men also carry burdens and face emotional crossroads. Healing takes courage, accountability takes strength, and choosing growth over dysfunction isn't easy, but it's necessary. So if you're listening today, may this episode remind you, healing is for you too. Wholeness is your birthright. And once again, thanks for being some grace in the chaos. To make peace pull up slow, like a breath you forgot you were holding. May grace whisper your name, not like a sermon, but like it knows your story. May you walk lit, even when the light feel borrowed. You ain't alone, just let it go. Let healing meet you where the chaos grows. Till next time, stay rooted in grace. This is Grace in the Chaos.